So, all right, ready? Phil Haynes, welcome to Seal Your Destiny. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to sit down and talk with you. I have a couple of questions for you before we dive into the good stuff. Every single person who follows football is going to be upset if I don't ask you. So how do you feel about Russell Wilson leaving your team for the Broncos?
I think it's just the nature of the business. He's been with the Seahawks for 10 plus years, and he's been a great leader in the community. So, it's going to be sad for the city of Seattle to see him leave, but we have to keep going as a team. So,
has it been cool to play with such a prominent figure in the league?
Absolutely. He's a great player in the league, but also he's a great person as well. So I think that's like the main thing that I can take away from him. Just learning how to be like a leader, like off the field, and like really investing in people's lives, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, now for my non-football fans, who is your celebrity crush?
Currently, or like you're going childhood?
Whatever comes to mind.
Well, okay, if you're going childhood, I'm going Vanessa Hudgens. I was a big High School Musical fan and just loved her growing up.
Love some Gabriella.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and then I'd say probably now, I feel like everyone says Zendaya, but like, I don't know. I don't think I have one right now, honestly.
Vanessa Hudgens is still a great choice. She's still beautiful.
She is. But
we can just keep it at that. Okay.
Yeah.
That's an important question. That's a fair one. I think she's gorgeous. Yeah. But as you know, my podcast is essentially really designed to get people in their 20s to figure out what their purpose is, live with intentionality. And then once we can get those two things together, we can really start to living out what our destiny is. But a lot of people might not know about you is you were not always this great football player. It started with basketball. So can you tell us about that transition? What made you to decide to pursue football? And was there something that was a passion for basketball just gone? Or tell me about that process.
No. So I still love basketball to this day. Like I've been watching all of March Madness, but my story, like you said, started with basketball. And I transferred to my senior year, I transferred to a boarding school to play basketball. But they were like, hey, like we're a small school, so we need you to play fall sport. So instead of doing cross country, I did football, and I ended up being really good. And then I chose to take further my education at Wake. I thought it was going to be a great school. I didn't really think about the NFL too much, but I was like, it's a great school. I can get a good education and hopefully get a job afterwards. But I ended up being blessed and being very good at football. So then I went on to the NFL. So it's very, very blessed.
So the NFL was the NBA more of like the big vision and dream for you versus the NFL because basketball is more what you knew?
Absolutely. As you know, I've been a big basketball guy for my whole life, and I've loved it, and it just brings so much passion to me. But I just saw a different opportunity in football and a little bit better opportunity for me.
So. If it wasn't for football, I might know the answer to this, but if it wasn't for football, what would your passion still be with basketball? What do you think your purpose would be doing right now?
I think even now, even from when I was a child, I think my passion is helping people. So I think currently I'm trying to learn more about psychology and learn more so I can kind of do what you're doing, kind of help people.
I'm all into that.
Yeah. So I kind of want to be more of like a counselor type, but I think that would be really cool. Or just kind of help people, talk to kids or young adults. Would be kind of fun.
I think that's awesome. I think also, I was honestly expecting you to say something about sports, and I've obviously known you for so long, and you've been one of the most kindest, you're like my gentle teddy bear. You're just like the kindest person I know. So I think that's incredible, and I wasn't expecting that answer. And I think that it's really a great thing that you now have this platform where you're able to influence so many people on a greater level. And one of my questions I had for you was what comes after football, and because sports aren't forever and there always is an end date. So I think it's so important that you not only focus on your current reality, but also what is it going to be life after football. So
And I think
have my full support on that. And
I appreciate it. Like the NFL, like people say the NFL stands for not for long. And I think like developing that mindset to transition from football to the world after is a big thing that like the NFL and the Seahawks especially are trying to install into players now, that because before people would stop playing football and it'd be kind of over. So I think it's been good. I think I'm still I'm a work in progress, still trying to transition, but I think it's been really good.
That's awesome. I mean, we're all a work in progress. We can all better each other every single day. So
Right.
Obviously your size and your natural skill at football, I mean, you can just crush anyone probably by sitting on them, but it takes hard. I mean, with basketball, anything that you've done, you know what it means for hard work and dedication and discipline. Talk to me about the process of going after these big dreams. Like maybe you didn't realize NFL was possible, but then when it was there, what's it like to go after these goals, and what sacrifices do you have to make?
I think any time in life you're gonna have to make a sacrifice, but I think that really developing a mindset, like when I was in college, I noticed that I had a different mindset than most people. Most guys really wanted to party or want to do other things, but I had to. I mean, I don't get me wrong, I like partying and stuff too, but there's also a time and place for everything, and you have to hone in on what your goals are. And I think things that resonated with me along the way is just like writing your goals down. That's a big thing, or putting them on your mirror so you see them every day, and just so you really just gotta focus in on those. And that's one thing that like I learned from college. And one thing that's also really big is just being intentional with your time. So that's one thing I learned in college from Coach Clausen. He was very intentional about that, and being early and making sure you're using your time wisely. So those are two big things.
And that can be translated for anything that you do in life. I mean, there's a study that even the act of just writing your goals down makes it like 33% more achievable, because the science behind what happens in your brain from pen to paper, it makes it more realistic. So I'm a big affirmation, seeing it in your mirror, it's in your subconscious every single day. So I think that's so incredible. And I think no matter who's listening to this episode right now, it's not just for football players. Like this is something It's incredible that we both do the same thing. I'm not going out there on the football field. It's people who have these goals. There's a common denominator of what they're doing to get there. And it is the mindset, and it's the dedication. And like you said it yourself, it's the intentionality of behind what you're doing. So I think that's incredible. And I'm going to ask you, it is all mindset. We all are handed different cards in life, and we don't get to choose the cards that we're dealt with, and everyone has adversity and grit to have to overcome those things. What are some challenges for you that you've had to overcome in order to reach the potential where you're at now?
I don't know how deep you want to get, but recently I've had to overcome a lot this past season. Just coming into the season, I thought I was going to be a great player. I've been hurt for a couple of years, and finally healthy. I'm like, man, like it's my time. But my mom was diagnosed with cancer, and she passed away right before camp started. So that was a big blow. And then right at the end of camp, I got cut. So I was forced into a dilemma. Like, what do I do? Like, do I just give up, or like, do I just take it day by day and just really work through as what I can? And I think God really blessed me with the opportunity to keep working and keep getting better, and end up making a really good opportunity at the end of the year and playing, and we won our last two games. So it was awesome. So I think that was a really, really big moment in my life. So awesome. Just a very overcoming adversity.
I think you are one of the definitions of people that I know in my life that's always had the faith in the Lord to like keep getting you through. And I truly believe like everything is happening for you, not to you in life. And right. God, I mean, it's cheesy, but God gives his toughest battles, or his hardest battles to his toughest soldiers. And I truly believe that. And it's such a cool thing to see you overcome so many obstacles, and look at you now. So I'm so proud of you, and especially to that current day stuff. What is it like? What are some certain things that, and maybe you don't have one, but what are some certain things that you have that get you out of these quote unquote funks? And obviously this was not even a funk. This was a tragedy in your life. That's no secret about that. But how do you bounce back from things that happen in your life?
I think you just have to have the like certain routines that you can fall back on when you like. I find comfort in routines. So going into the building every day, doing like I had like a stretch routine I did every day, and just really focusing in on that. That really helps me to get out of funks. And then also, I think teammates and surrounding yourself with people who pour into your life was also like a big thing for me. Um, like just people around like the building would always pour into me. Like a teammate, Dwayne Brown, also went through a very similar situation, and he always poured into me. And it was just, I mean, I think it's people undervalue the people they keep around them, and I think like the people that are in your life really help you if they're good people. So I think that's a really big part of my journey, having a great circle.
Right. I actually just did a podcast on the 5 people you hang out with, or who you become. You're the average of the 5 people you surround yourself most with. So you always want to be around the people that uplift you, that challenge your growth, that are making a positive impact, because that is alone can be a huge detriment to a person's success in life. And another thing I love that you said, because you're just going into my questions for me, is I love morning routines. I preach it. I preach about the importance of consistency, what happens when we know what to expect, the anxiety levels go down, and we're able to just become more in a state of flow. What are some things that you have in your day-to-day routine that are non-negotiables that help fill your cup up in order for you to be the best version, the best football player, but the best person possible?
All right, I have some weird ones, so you
Let's
might.
hear it. I like weird.
All right, so every morning I had to play my game of solitaire. There's like a daily challenge every day. I play it as soon as I get up. I wake up like, if I have to be somewhere at 5, I'll wake up an hour and 15 minutes before just so I can get everything done. So I'm a little crazy, but
I love you. I am too. I love it.
yeah. So that's the first thing. Second thing, for all you girls out there and all the guys, like developing a skincare routine. It's very peaceful. Just getting to that in the morning, and it's just washing away. Like I feel like it's just like a wash away for your mind. And it's pretty cleansing. That, and then I also like stretching. So like I have a stretch routine that I have to do every morning, and also do it at night too. But if I do it every morning, then I know my head's in the right spot. So
okay. So for these guys that don't take care of their skin, give them some tips. What is Phil Haynes' skincare regimen?
well, I don't want to get into the details, but I mean, you always have to have a great cleanser, and then you have to have. People underestimate the power of a serum. They're
Yes.
great. You have to have a good
Look
serum.
at you. I'm impressed.
Moisturizer, yeah. So, yeah, you got to
All right,
do
so we
it.
got the cleanser, 3-step program. That's all it takes. Cleanser, serum, moisturizer.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
all.
Phil Haynes, NFL football player, approved. All right, man, go get your stuff.
Yeah, you got to. You got to.
All right, and we've touched on this a little bit, and I'm sure you're surrounded by so many incredible influences in your life. I'm huge on mentorship. I think it allows you to not only skip over a couple of mistakes, but it makes you grow as a human. We talk about who you surround yourself with is so important. Who are some huge influences throughout your life, on and off the field, that have made you the person that you are today?
There's so many. Like, I can't name them all. There's literally so many. Like your dad's been a great mentor to me in my life, and there's so many basketball coaches. Like DeShannon Morris, he was a great mentor for me. People from high school. There's teachers. There's so many people that's mentored me, and I always say it takes a village to raise a child, and it really has been that for me. Especially like teammates as well, like Russ. Russ is also a great mentor for me as well.
Right.
So you can kind of find them all throughout life.
That's awesome. Yeah, well, that's incredible. My dad will be happy that you said that. That's kind of sweet. We've talked about this. Football doesn't last forever. We've
Right.
mentioned this a little bit. I'm curious, and we know that you're into helping others. What is it that you can do with this platform? Where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
Well, I would love, I have a heart for adoption. So I would love to be able to start like a foundation and be able to help children who aren't wanted. It's very touching to me because there's a lot of reasons, but it's heartbreaking to me. That's one thing. And also, hopefully, I will be able to mentor people on a deeper level. Hopefully, I will have my psychology degree, and I'll be able to help anyone I come across with things that I don't know. I just want to help people. That's so with psychology.
That's
So
literally what we're all here for. We're here to serve
right,
each other. Like we're here to love
mhm,
unconditionally. And I
right,
think that's so incredible. And I think you have a story and a gift that can touch so many children. And especially with what you're gonna, I think like your heart is just so big and I can even feel it through the screen. I mean, I've obviously known you for a long time, but still I just feel it. And I think your ability to love is so present and I can't wait to see all the things that you do. I mean, I like it's insane to me the heart that you have because you're just so big. I don't think you're so scary, and you're just like a teddy bear to me.
I try to be. I try to be.
I
So,
think that's incredible. Where do you plan on living? You're going to come back home? You have an idea of where you want to be? Is this adoption foundation going to be worldwide? Let's talk about dreams.
so I would like it to be worldwide, but I think it might have to start small at the beginning.
Right.
Um, I don't know where I'm going to call home. I'm in Dallas, Texas right now training,
Mhm.
and I love it here, honestly. But North Carolina will always be home to me.
Right.
So
Yeah.
who knows? We'll have to see where the Lord takes me.
Wherever the wind takes you, wherever the Lord takes you. I like that so much
Yeah.
better. Is there a specific quote or mantra that you have lived your life by?
I don't think I have a specific one. I think there's been multiple. I think there's been mentors. I've had some that have shaped me. Um, not great at remembering them all right now, but I think one that I've one thing I've tried to live by is just kind of like you said, like loving others the way you would
Mhm.
always want to be treated and stuff like that.
Right.
And I think that's one thing that's always just been present in my life and that I've always tried to live by. And
Right.
I've failed many times, but it's not how many times you fall, but how many times you get back up. So
That's exactly right. You are obviously a man of faith. Is there a verse that you have, or just a mantra that you have? Not a mantra, but is there like something that you do with God on the day? I mean, you probably pray, but is there
yeah.
anything like that that you have?
Well, I do have a life verse. So my life verse is Mark 12:31, and
Mhm.
it's love thy neighbor as thyself is the second greatest commandment. It's like so the first one talks about like love your God above.
Right.
Yeah. So
Which goes
it's
hand in hand with love others unconditionally and treat others the way you want to be treated. So it's, I mean,
so
it's perfect. It's very fitting for you. I think that's
it is,
great.
it
I
is, it
think
is.
what you're gonna do, and so it's just funny because football is such like a not a loving sport. You're just
Yeah,
so
no, for sure.
but I was gonna say what you're gonna do on and off this field, but you can hit people all you want with love,
Right.
with love in each hit. But what
It's
you're going
very
to do off the field is so much greater than what you're going to do on the field because of the mission and because of the God that you serve and because
right.
again the platform that you have I think is really really incredible. If you could give listeners out of all the mentors you've had, out of all the experiences, like the crazy life that you've lived, one piece of advice to take away today, what is it that it would be?
Um, I think it would be to never give up and to start now. Whatever goal you have, just never give up and start now because you don't know where life's going to take you. Life's short. You don't know. You never know what's going to happen. So just you have to start now. Start today. Whoever you are, start today, and also never give up because you
I
never
love
know that 12th try will probably be the one, or maybe it's the 25th. But just never give up.
I love that. I think there's always whatever your wildest dream is, like whatever it is that a person can think of their biggest dream being, you can do something today to get started, whether it even is just writing it down or, start following the people that have already done it. I think mentorship is so important, but I love that you said that, because people just wait. They think tomorrow it's going to come along. It's never going to be a good time to start. And until you do start, you're never going to see the progress that you want to see. So I think that is incredible advice. And I am so honored that you spent the last couple of minutes with me. I have had so much fun. It's been great connecting with you. I'm so proud of the person you're becoming, and it's been great to connect. And who knows, maybe one day we'll do a Seal Your Destiny, Phil Haynes collab, and we're going to just change the world together.
That'd be great. That'd be great. I would love that.
I am so proud of you. I cannot wait to see you this season, and you're just going to crush it.
Appreciate it.